Hello everybody and everybody else. My name is ScriptCat and this is ScriptCat Says. Welcome back to those who have been to my channel before. Welcome to those who are attending for the first time. This channel looks at First Amendment auditors, sovereign citizens, cop watchers, and cop baiters from a slightly different angle. This week we're going to look at the phenomenon of victim mentality, the propensity to consider yourself a victim of a chaotic situation when in fact you are the creator of whatever chaos you find yourself in the center of. People who are prone to this mentality can be narcissists, histrionic, antisocial, or even borderline personalities. The tendency to want to play the victim reaches across many psychological definitions. At this point, I'd like to remind everyone that I am not a doctor, researcher, or any sort of therapist. I'm a retired registered nurse who finds people's reason for doing what they do to be fascinating. I even wonder why I do what I do from time to time. I'd like to thank Dr. Todd Grande, Beyond Blue, the Atlas Society, and Psych2Go for their videos regarding this psychological phenomenon. Their input is invaluable, and their information can be found in the description below. We're going to start with one of those little videos.
My name is Victimhood. I was born of an illicit liaison between justice and need. When it came to victims, my father defended them, but my mother fabricated and glorified them. As a child, I found the louder I cried, the more attention I received. Attention was nice, but what I really wanted was power. And I set out to find it. At first, I hunted tragedy. Tragedy that struck victims without warning. Some victims stayed with me, decayed with me, making tragedy the great central drama of their lives. Others left. I had competition. The so-called virtues: optimism, self-esteem, pride, and worst of all, gratitude. Those who followed them survived and thrived. Worse, with the advance of capitalism, scientific and medical breakthroughs, mass production of the basic necessities of life, a rising standard of living for all, tragedy became all too rare. I needed a bigger market. A better plan. That's when I met collectivism, and he told me about great thinkers, like Karl Marx, who grouped people into classes, pitting one against the other. Exploiters and exploited, oppressors and oppressed, victors and victims. This gave me an idea. Turn grief into grievance. Find someone to resent, to blame, and to pay. I gave them each a card. This is your identity, your map, your IOU, which was really a they owe you. Cash it in for all kinds of benefits. Welfare, quotas, subsidies. Paid for by whom? Oh, the rich, of course. The happy, productive achievers. The men and women of, well, ability. The greater their ability, the greater their social justice obligation. The irony is, they fell for it. They gave me their sanction. But there was one person who did not agree. Her name was Ayn Rand. She fought back. She wrote books like The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged, where men of ability refused to sacrifice themselves at my altar, pursuing their own happiness. Selfish, don't you think? And too much hard work. Instead, I offer a safe place, entitlement, and the power to silence anyone who disagrees. The great thing is there's more than one way to play the victim card. There are many grievances. Collect them all. You'll never be a victor, but you can always be a victim.
To be honest, that was almost spooky. But I presented that video first because it illustrates a fundamental truth. Many people who claim victimhood do so for the social power it gives them within their families, school, neighborhood, or workplace. And that power is addictive. So why not claim victimhood every chance I get? Why not look for opportunities to play the victim?
We are at the LaSalle County Jail, and we're going to see what's going on here today. I have a few questions for him, so we'll see. I did notice there was a sign, authorized vehicles only. Not a vehicle, so that's good. Oh, there's a little gas thing. I wonder what this is. There's no trespassing, but it's on the building, so I think that's fair game. Oh! Oh! Is that inmates? Oh, no it's not. The sign's right there. Did you cuss at me at work? Man, that's professional. The trespassing sign, honey, it's right here in the building. I didn't like that. If you see, I didn't go past that point. They must not want me to see what's going on with them poor guys. I was actually shocked when I saw an inmate, though I wasn't expecting that. Criminal Justice Center in Ottawa, Illinois. We're gonna see if they respect our First Amendment rights. I doubt they will, because I think they, yeah, no cell phone past this point. Hello. Not only are you an oath breaker, being a quitter, and you're not even telling me who the hell you are. You should be ashamed of yourself, sir. Now, who's in charge? Who's above you that you can call down so I don't have to just grill you?
That would be me.
Well, then what are we doing here? Are you also an oath breaker?
If you're, what's your name?
What's your name, sir? I don't have to give you that.
Okay, well, whoever you are, I'm notifying you that you have unlawfully trespassed.
I'm not No, I didn't. It's on video. It's on video.
Okay, we have witnesses that you're by the no trespassing
I was
sign.
by the no trespassing sign, yes. I already told this guy and his buddy. Doesn't matter. Your trespassing sign is on the brick. I didn't go beyond the brick. Isn't that how it works? I have to go beyond it, right? Right? Tell me.
I am telling you that
Come on.
it's a correctional facility.
Doesn't matter. It's public property, and I didn't go past any sign. The only one I went past, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because I didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Listen. I'm not a vehicle. It said authorized vehicles only on that one sign. Am I right? I am.
It says no trespassing.
Yeah, against the wall. Against the wall. Dude, you have got to take care of it yourself. If you're worried about that security thing, you're going to have to take care of that yourself and move the sign. No, I won't. I want to brush up on the law, Mr. Undersheriff, because I can't go past this. If there's no trespassing sign on this, I can't go beyond it, right? So where did I break a law? What did I do? I'm curious. And when you guys had me in the lobby next door, why did they just let me walk freely if I committed such a heinous crime? Now I'm going to go back and record just like I was out where there's no signs that are stopping me. And until you guys move those signs, I'm going to do it every time I want to. And you cannot do a damn thing. And you better stop violating your oath. I know you might not be used to people standing up for their rights, but that's the problem, and that's why these cops are getting killed, because the shitty cops are causing it to happen. The way they treat people is disgusting, and people are sick of it, and then they do all this crazy stuff. Then you put him and her and you and everybody in danger, right? That's why I'm doing this.
There's nothing more annoying than a smart aleck that deliberately pushes the envelope, then cries foul.
The victim is that person that complains about all the wrong things that they've encountered in life. They're not interested in solving their problems. If you try to push them into solving their problems, they turn it against you and begin to blame you for the problems. When you encounter these kinds of people, the best thing to do is be wary of them. Here are 5 reasons to stay away from people with a victim mentality. 1. They always avoid responsibility. People with the victim mentality have a severe problem with accountability. They're never responsible for anything. It's still the fault of someone else. They make excuses all the time, and they never run out of excuses to make. They believe that people are always trying to sabotage them, hence why bad things always happen to them. People have issues, no doubt, but it is often the responsibility of a person to seek out the cause of his issues and deal with them. But the victim does not do this. Instead, they look for who to blame for their misfortunes. 2. They don't seek possible solutions. Victims do not believe that anything is wrong with them. They do not see their fault in anything that they do. Instead, they think that the fault is of other people. This mentality makes it difficult for them to be able to seek possible solutions to their problems. How do you seek a solution to a problem that you don't even know exists? These people reject offers of help from everyone. They're more interested in feeling sorry for themselves than seeking solutions. Being around such people will make you begin to lose your sense of responsibility because they'll always try to take your mind off things that can be elements to change. 3. They have a sense of hopelessness. Many people that have the victim mentality believe that they're helpless and hopeless in their situation. They don't like how things are with them, but they don't think they can ever make things better. Life will continue to do its work, which is to throw situations at them, and that they're stuck and can't do anything to change their situation. Even if you try to offer them help, they blatantly refuse because they've already come to terms with themselves, and there's no way to salvage them. 4. They are full of negativity. People that have the victim mentality have already accepted defeat in their life, and as such are already living with the beliefs that everything that happens to them is terrible. They can't do anything about any situation, so no need to even try. They deserve all the bad things that happen to them, and finally, no one cares about them. Hence, they're all alone in the world. Every new problem they encounter helps to fuel the negative thoughts that they have about themselves. As time goes on, these negative talks and lack of self-belief damages their resilience. It makes it difficult for them to bounce back or heal. 5. They live a life of frustration, sadness, and hatred. Victim mentality can affect a person's emotional well-being. With this mindset, they feel the world is against them, making them live an angry and frustrated life. They feel hopeless seeing their problems ever changing for good. They feel hurt because they believe that people don't care or love them, and they hate other people who seem to be happy and prosperous. These feelings are what generate later depressions, loneliness, isolation.
We all know that people who hurt people are hurt people. We also know that people are responsible for their own mental health. There's nothing wrong with trying to reach out and help someone, but once rebuffed, it's more difficult to try again with that same person. As we learned in a previous video about accountability, you're the only one in charge of your outlook on life. Do you want to live above the line or below the line?
Hey guys, AccountabilityAngel here. And if you saw the live earlier, that was like right in the moment when I was attempting to turn in complaints. Me and my brother were both arrested. We were held for hours and hours. They locked me out when they knew I had a complaint to turn in. I lost my train of thought. They refused me service. That's that. It is what it is. Ain't nobody gotta look for a lawsuit because they just got it written all over their face. They unlawfully arrest people. They kidnap people. They steal your property. They try to intimidate you, try to impede the complaint process, try to completely get in the middle of a journalist's story. They try to do all these different things. They have told me that I could not turn in an anonymous FOIA, 5 of them actually. They were in there for like 3-4 hours. It was shitty. It doesn't appear as though they cleaned the place that well. But what can you do? That's what happens when you're standing up to tyranny.
The narcissist doesn't care about other people. They don't have compassion for others, but they assume that other people are always thinking about them.
I was just harassed for about 35 minutes at the police station, which is in the back of the building. They refused to give me a pen for my FOIA. Made numerous attempts to intimidate me. They impeded the complaint process. It was a whole hot mess. That's what made me upset with those guys, is that they just refused to make it right and just say, yeah, you didn't have to identify.
Is there someone in your life who asks for your help a lot, but then never takes your advice? Do they always talk about how bad their situation is, but don't do anything to help change it? This person may have a victim-based mindset, where they think that everyone is out to get them and that everything is out of their control. As a result, you may feel drained to constantly witness their perpetual state of discontentment. So here are 10 signs that someone is always playing the victim. Number 1, they try to manipulate you. Does it seem like there's always something bad happening to this person? While it may seem like someone is just going through a hard time, they may be pulling the victim card to manipulate you. Perhaps they always try to find ways to get you to feel sorry for them, or they blame you for things out of their control. They may be trying to get you to believe that they are the victim, to get you to abandon your own needs to support theirs. Number 2, they place blame elsewhere. Have they ever taken any responsibility for their feelings or made efforts to improve their situation? People with a victim mentality tend to blame their shortcomings on external factors. Perhaps they feel that a bad relationship from their past is the cause of their unhappiness. They may use this as a reason to explain why they are stuck at where they are in life. Number 3, they hold on to the past. Do they hold grudges on other people and refuse to forgive or forget their wrongdoings? People playing the victim tend to hold on to past events, no matter how big or small the experience was. They're unable to let anything go and may use it as an obstacle to stay where they are. For instance, they may talk excessively about an ex-partner long after the relationship has ended, or ruminate about a past failure to the point that it interferes with them moving forward. Number 4, they make excuses. Are they able to make an excuse for any situation, no matter what advice you give? They may deflect it by making some excuse. Maybe they think they aren't smart enough to pursue a certain hobby, or that learning a new skill takes too much time, energy, and money to learn. So they avoid it completely. This habit, combined with a tendency to hold on to the past and placing blame elsewhere, can prevent them from moving forward in their life. Number 5, they're unhappy about their situation. Are they extremely dissatisfied with the way things are, yet do nothing to change it? People with a victim mentality often have an idea of the life they want to be living, but find themselves unable to work towards the goal. Sometimes they may even use this dissatisfaction of their current life to make you take pity on them, so you'll help them. Apart from hurting their own well-being, this can be especially damaging to their relationships. Number 6, they don't trust you. Have they become needy and clingy to those around them? They may do so to get you to support them and their needs, so that they don't need to actually work to improve their situation. No advice may ever seem to suffice, and everything tends to stay at a standstill. As a result, you may end up feeling stuck along with them since you don't see them getting better. Number 7, they're draining to be around. Do you feel like you're always supporting this other person but nothing ever gets better or changes? It can be tiresome when someone is in a constant state of negativity and is hungry for compassion. It's possible to feel that you're getting absorbed into their world. They may become so dependent on you and others to the point that excessive neediness takes a toll on your energy level. Number 8, they're passive. Do they not take action even when it's absolutely necessary? They may let people take advantage of them in a work setting, such as by refusing to speak up, as they don't know how to stand up for themselves. They may internalize these events and lash out at others. These encounters may cause them to feel weak and powerless. Number 9, they're insecure and unstable. Do they have low self-confidence or self-esteem? This may come from constantly comparing themselves to others and believing that there is no way to change themselves. They may even sabotage themselves and their relationships as assurance that nothing will improve. It may be a sign when they always seem to be in some sort of distress and when the relationships never seem to last long. And number 10, they attract drama. Do they attract drama wherever they go? Is it usually one-sided? No matter what, it seems like there's always someone out there mistreating them. They may quarrel with others over seemingly small things all the time, and say that the other person was completely in the wrong. This refusal to accept any responsibility of any wrongdoing, even in the face of evidence, may be a sign that they're purposefully trying to play the victim.
And that's it for me this week. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I truly appreciate each and every one of my subscribers and viewers, and look forward to your comments. Keep them coming. Join me next week when we'll once again dive into that crazy rabbit hole of frauditors, soft-sits, cop watchers, and cop baiters, and try to figure out what makes them tick. Bye for now.